Think wedding capitals and you'll probably conjure up images of drive-through weddings in Las Vegas. But before the first stone was laid in the Nevada desert, an idyllic little village in Scotland had already been perfecting runaway marriages for 150 years.
Sited right on the English border, this is Gretna Green, the original wedding capital.
To this day, the main route from England to Scotland passes through Gretna Green. There remain many contrasts between Scottish and English law, but in 1754 there was a major difference which changed the fortunes of this village forever.
That year, the law in England and Wales changed to prevent marriage under the age of 21 without parental consent.
Suddenly, to the horror of the authorities down south, the first village in Scotland became a magnet for eloping young couples.
No matter your age, you could simply turn up and get married over the anvil.
The main target became the blacksmith's shop. Blacksmith priests would strike the anvil as part of the ceremony, unwittingly creating the distinctive Gretna brand that endures to this day. In the First World War, the town of Gretna grew alongside Gretna Green to service the largest munitions factory in the world. When that closed, Gretna exchanged munitions for marriages. Anvil weddings were finally banned in 1940, when the law in Scotland aligned with the law across the border.
But surprisingly perhaps, that was not the end of the Gretna Green story.
The blacksmith shop continued to receive curious visitors, and those visitors must have noticed that a cocktail of explosives and romance still lingered in the air. Fast forward to today, and this small community hosts around 4,500 weddings each year. Astonishingly, that's 13% of all weddings in Scotland.
Now, a popular question on Google is, can you simply turn up at Gretna and get married? Well, no. Things aren't quite as simple as they were in the 18th century.
But 29 days isn't bad, and the different wedding venues in Gretna can swiftly arrange pretty much anything you want. Packages start from around £450 and can finish in the stratosphere. Gretna caters for everyone. There are 4 main venues in Gretna and Gretna Green. Today I have the huge privilege of attending the wedding of David and Kelly at the Anvil Hall.
I'm Stuart Thompson. I worked for the MOD for 44 years. And then the owner of the Anvil came to me and asked if I would be happy to do some wedding coordination. So as I say, I came along here not knowing what to expect, and I can honestly say I truly love doing the job. The Anvil tends to be very, very busy. In high season we're doing 40-50 weddings a month, and there's 2 of us, so there's myself and a colleague who splits the weddings between us. But if you're a people's person, it's just so enjoyable meeting all the different couples from all over the country, sometimes all over the world, and hearing their stories. So it's such joyful work.
And why do you think couples still want to come to Gretna to get married?
I think Gretna's world renowned. I mean, we get lots of couples, whether it be on their own or whether it be with 40-50 guests, and I ask them continually, why Gretna? And they just say that they feel it is such a romantic place. So they love to come across the border and get married in one of the 4 venues that are available to get married in. And of course, get married over the Anvil as well. Again, is keeping up the tradition of Gretna Green, when the old blacksmith used to marry couples, and when the local residents heard the anvil being struck, in the township, they knew that another couple had been married. So every couple, as well as doing the legal part of it, get married across the anvil as well, which is tremendously unique.
So I'm one of the ministers at Gretna Green, and there's a team of us that take the bulk of the weddings that book here at Gretna and Gretna Green. And I've been doing it for about 14 years actually, and really love it. I've got a church in Dumfries, very busy church, but it's great to come away to this kind of place where all the love and joy happens. and to be engaged in joining people together in holy matrimony. I think on a typical day in August, then we can be very busy. In fact, all the way through the summer, sometimes 5 or 6 weddings in one day, and you're kind of skipping from one to the other. But it all adds to the fun of it, really, because that's what Gretna Green is all about. It's this weddings are happening all the time in all of these different venues. It's great fun.
Yeah, we've got Craig. I mean, Craig's a Scottish award-winning piper. He won was it the top
wedding piper?
Wedding piper, and you've won that twice.
2020 and 2023.
And Craig also was the pipe major of Langham Pipe Band.
Yeah, for 19 years.
Yeah. So extremely experienced and very, very competent at piping brides in and out of the Anvil Hall.
So the great thing is that we're all quite a family of people that work together, and we kind of look out.
Not all of us.
But we do genuinely look out for each other,
yes.
and we work as a team, and it's a big family, and really.
We've all got each other's private telephone numbers, so
we do.
If in need, we know how to contact each other.
That's it, yeah. And I think the appeal of Gretna Green these days is, partly because of the romantic aspect, partly because of the heritage that, you've got this great history of thousands and thousands of weddings taking place here. And you can strip away a lot of the, stress and razzmatazz that can be associated with very expensive weddings. And you can do something where you're not spending that much, but it's really about the relationship between the couple, and it focuses in on that above everything else. Still a very pleasant wedding, still great to have guests, and it makes an occasion of it, but really focuses on the relationship, which is to my mind what marriage is all about.
We didn't want a massive wedding, a lot of friends and family, etc. A couple of people who don't really fly, so we couldn't really go abroad to have the wedding, so we just thought compromise between the two and travel to Gretna, and obviously with the history of Gretna as well with weddings, just thought it was an ideal venue.
How was the Anvil experience?
Amazing, absolutely amazing. The staff were very attentive. Fantastic event. Everything's just worked like clockwork, if I'm honest. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place to get married. It's the story of Gretna, isn't it? It's the story behind people coming up from England into Scotland to be able to get married at 16.
Okay, so you're not here because you haven't got your parents' consent?
No, my mum's here.
Now, obviously, a historic village like Gretna Green can do classic cars. But what if you wanted a stretch limo for a touch of Vegas? Well, no problem. You can have that too. In the 21st century, the original wedding capital is stronger than ever. Who needs Las Vegas when you have Gretna Green?